From Makwarela Community Hall here in Makwarela, just outside Thohoyandou. This is where the Real Men Foundation is hosting the Police Minister Pekitele just to fight against the gender-based violence, the scourge of gender-based violence in this province and of course in this area. Limpopo province, we know it was previously described as one of the most safest provinces in the country, but now that has changed because previously this province has recorded an increase of 1.8% in terms of the crime statistics in this province. And of course, Thohoyandou, this area, and Polokwane, Seshego and Mangwen, these are the police stations which recorded high number of cases in this province. And of course, we know that 993 women have been raped in this province between October and December last year. But with me here, I'm going to speak to the founder of the Real Men Foundation, who is Mr. Nengudza Idani. Thank you so much for joining us here on SABC News. Take us through the role of the Real Men Foundation in a fight against the scourge of gender-based violence.
Thank you very much, Koketso, for having us. Yes, it is true. My name is Nengudza. I'm the founder of Real Men Foundation. So what we normally do as a Real Men Foundation to the community or to our society, our main role is to make sure that people are living together in harmony. And then the other issue that we need to that we make sure of, we want to build a man. You know that we've got so many men in our society, but we are only short of real men. That's the reason why we are here as real men. And we want to change those men to become a real man. Okay, check. Like if we can check the statistics, even the one that has been just tabled by our provincial commissioner, you can see that many women are being raped. And if you can check who are raping them, it's us men. So that's the reason why we have decided as a Real Men Foundation to come together to start to teach the community to make a different awareness as to teach men to behave towards this issue. And I believe by so doing, the next time when we go through our statistics, it's going to be much better compared to the previous one.
So how often do you assist the victims of gender-based violence? And of course, how do you assist the perpetrators as well to ensure that they do not commit the same crime again?
Okay, as for the victims, number one, remember the victims, if something happened to the victims, number one, he or she will be traumatized. That's the first point. That's the first thing that we do as a Real Men Foundation, is to provide counseling to the victim. And then after that, we go through session, teaching, trying to restore the dignity. Because number one, if you have been raped or something, remember you even lose your what I can say, you feel like you are useless. So we make sure that we bring back the dignity, your dignity. And then as for the perpetrators, remember, perpetrators will always be perpetrators. If we didn't sit down, teach them how to behave. So that's what we normally do. We've got different programs in our offices where we normally teach them, focusing on them not to repeat the same thing or similar thing going forward. That's what we normally do. We teach them, and then we normally we've got this 6 months program where they have to go through. We monitor them, teaching them, and so forth. And then when they become a real men, that's where we started then to take them into community to encourage those who have been doing or committing the very same thing that they commit. So that's what we normally do to the victims and to the perpetrators as well.
You know, there are families out there which are preventing the victims of gender-based violence from reporting the cases. Sometimes you find that this crime was committed by a breadwinner in the family. Some families don't want the public to know about the crimes which were committed by the elders in the family. What message would you like to share to those people?
Okay, look, Koketso, in fact, it's not only the families. Because, some of the crime or rapes and so forth, people decided just to solve them within the family, and of which is totally wrong. Some now, they're even our headmen. Like, for example, they're deciding even to discuss the rape cases at the royalty, at the royal council and so forth. So which is totally wrong. So that's the reason why we always make sure and teach people, make awareness, informing our peoples that rape is a rape. We can't discuss rape. If somebody has been raped, automatically the case needs to be opened. So that's why even now we're encouraging people out there that you have to make sure if something, whether the person who raped is a breadwinner. Remember, you were living before you met the breadwinner. So you can still leave, even the person if he's arrested. So I mean, we always encourage people just to come up to report those matters to us and even to the police as well.
Well, lastly, when the police, the acting police commissioner in the province, released the stats of the crime in this province, it's emerged that more cases have been opened against women for malicious damage to property. Do you think that perhaps this is a sign that women are trying to fight against the perpetrators, and because they are usually overpowered, so they are resorting to damaging the property?
Yeah, of course. You can see that is frustration. So obviously, remember, they are powerless. Women we have more powers than them. So through them, the way they use to fight back is to damage properties, and then that's where we end up women's opening the case against them. So what I can say, I can confirm that, because I've normally checked even the statistics from different policing area in our area. So you can find that those cases are recorded very high, and they've been recorded each and every day. We were discussing this matter with Fendo Police Station yesterday, and it has been confirmed that they've got also reported so many cases like that. So the issue now, we want to encourage our sisters and our mothers out there that the solution to that is to speak up, go to the right people rather than to damage the property. Because remember, immediately when you damage the property, and then the case is going to open against you, and you'll be arrested for that. So that's the reason why we always encourage our people, if they feel that they are not okay in their relationship, number one, they can talk to pastors, they can talk to us as Real Men Foundation, they can seek help. I mean, there's many places where they can seek help. So that's what I can say to our people.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us. That's the Real Men Foundation founder. Of course, the Minister of Police, Koketso, is expected to address the public here because they chose this area because obviously Thohoyandou Police Station has recorded a high number of cases in this province. So thank you so much. Back to you in the studio.